Did you ever wonder why some people are mosquito magnets while others are hardly noticed by the blood-sucking little critters? For example, my son and I fly into a Canadian lake to fish for a week, and he's swatting like crazy, and I'm not. After a few years, he asked me why they never attacked me. They buzz around, but they don't land and bite me. I told him it's because I take B1 and it helps burn my sugars more efficiently, so my skin isn't emitting mosquito bait. He asked me why I never shared that pearl of great price with him. I told him I shared it with him every year for several years, but then I stopped mentioning it because he wasn't interested. He said, "Well, I am now. I'm getting devoured." The following year, he took sufficient levels of B1 as Bio3BG, and to his amazement, he was barely touched. Years ago, I learned that by taking B1, sugars would be burned more efficiently. I think it was Dr. David Brownstein that called thiamine the poor man's insulin. The skin, as you know, is a source of elimination. Eat too much garlic and it will literally come through your skin. If sugars are not metabolized properly, the byproducts must be eliminated, and one of those elimination pathways is the skin. I suspect mosquitoes smell the metabolites and are attracted. I don't know the exact mechanism, but what I do know is I've told dozens of people about B1, and many of them have come back to tell me they're no longer attacked. So let's take a closer look at thiamine and some of the things that may cause a deficiency. One of the major factors that deplete our B vitamins is stress. Know anyone who experiences stress? Here's another given. Processed, chemicalized foods further deplete thiamine. Not only are most foods depleted in thiamine, but thiamine is needed to make the enzymes that are used to detoxify the chemicals and additives. Another major factor that's rarely discussed are prescription drugs. Diuretics in particularly flush thiamine out of the system, and that includes coffee and tea. Deficiency of thiamine causes lactic and/or pyruvic acid to build up, which can result in systemic acidosis. Systemic acidosis causes inflammation of the nerves, resulting in an increase in the sense of smell, taste, and/or hearing. Thiamine is also essential for the maintenance of skin, hair, liver, mouth, and the GI tract, as well as energy production. I learned from Dr. Harry Eideneer and his Balancing Body Chemistry group that a classic indicator of a need for thiamine is a decreased serum CO2 and/or an increased anion gap above 13. Some additional subjective indicators of thiamine deficiencies are fatigue, muscle soreness, cloudy thinking, cyclic personality, hypoglycemia, systolic blood pressure below 105, bladder atonicity, and a chronic need for hydrochloric acid. Remember, thiamine, zinc, and chloride are necessary to produce hydrochloric acid. B1 comes in many forms, but the major form is thiamine hydrochloride. So sometimes just taking extra B1 is enough to burn sugars more efficiently. For those of you that really want to geek out, there's a great book on thiamine titled Thiamine Deficiency Disease, Dysautonomia and High-Calorie Malnutrition by Derek Lonsdale. Based on that research and clinical feedback from some of their orthomolecular doctors, Biotics Research developed a product called Thiamine 50. As the name implies, each capsule contains 50 milligrams of thiamine mononitrate. This high dose of thiamine has been a game changer for many patients. Most of us know that B6 as pyridoxine hydrochloride is converted to pyridoxal 5-phosphate before the body can use it. Riboflavin, B2, is converted to riboflavin 5-phosphate. Folate is converted through a number of steps to MTHFR. Our bodies convert thiamine hydrochloride, or thiamine mononitrate, to thiamine pyrophosphate, also known as cocarboxylase. In that light, Biotics created Bio3BG. Earlier research split the B complex into two fractions, a B fraction and a G fraction. The B fraction supports carbohydrate metabolism and more of a yang or go fraction. The G fraction is nerve relaxing and has vasodilator effects, aids in fat metabolism. You could see a link to the right for a further discussion. Bio3BG combines 3 parts cocarboxylase for the B fraction and 1 part of the G fraction of the B complex, hence the name Bio3BG. Each tablet contains 1.5 milligrams of cocarboxylase, the biologically active form of B1. Since the body pool is 30 milligrams of B1, many clinicians will supplement Bio3BG with up to 2 tablets per waking hour for 10 days, then reduce to 2 to 3 tablets 3 times a day. Subjective changes in the patient's symptoms are such as fatigue, muscle soreness, cloudy thinking, glycemic issues, etc. can clear up in 21 days or less, but B vitamin deficiencies can take up to 9 months to completely correct. Asking your patients if they're attacked by mosquitoes may seem like small talk, but it may open up a life-changing conversation. Thanks for taking time to be with me today. I look forward to being with you again next Tuesday.